Hi guys! Woo!
Hey guys!
Yes! Oh,
Hello.
Oh man, we've got a really special
Michelle, can you hear and see me?
I can see and hear you absolutely
Awesome.
fine. Can the world see and hear us? All right, if you're out there right now, drop us a little comment in the comments below. Let us know.
All right, guys, we are live. Yeah, we're streaming into the group.
Amazing. So we're streaming into the group. We have a very special presentation coming your way today. But before we get started, I'm just going to wait for someone to comment below and let us know that you can see and hear us okay. And that, yeah, everything is coming through loud and clear. So I can see there are a few people joining us live at the moment. So just drop below. That way, when we start everything, we know that we're not going to need to do it again because it's not working. So just drop us a quick comment if you can hear and see us absolutely fine. So in just a moment, we will be bringing to this platform an absolutely incredible speaker. So we have Rachel Woollven. Hi, Aaron. All right. So Aaron can hear and see us. So that's awesome. So we have Rachel Woollven, and she is doing an amazing presentation all about raising the perfect puppy. So she is going to come on. She is sharing with us her top 3 secrets that you need to understand to raise the perfect puppy. Now, Rachel has been in the dog training industry for over 10 years, and she is incredible at what she does. She has mentored newly qualified trainers, as well as helped lots of trainers get started on their journey as well. And today she is going to be speaking to pet parents to give you guys a boost in skills, so you know exactly what you need to do to really raise things up and create that connection and the end result of having the dog of your dreams, where you can go absolutely anywhere you would like and they get to be a real part of your family for life. So I'm really excited and looking forward to getting started. Yeah, she's worked with thousands of dog owners all over, and she gets to share her expertise with you today and make a real difference for those of you guys out there with puppies at the moment. Okay, now if you don't have a puppy, there are going to be some really important take homes anyway, so stay tuned because this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So just making sure everything's working okay. Are we good to go, yo? I know you were having some mic things, but give us a thumb up if we're good. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to pull up the presentation and we'll be back in just one moment.
Hello and welcome to the
All right, let's start that again. We're going to try that one more time. Let's get it working with the volume.
It should have been coming through, but we'll give it,
Yeah.
give it a go.
It wasn't.
All
All right, let's try that again.
Oh man. Okay. Give me 2 minutes and I'll leave you here for a moment on your own.
All right. No worries. So let's see in the chat. Let's take a look. Yep, we got lost some sound. Let us know where you guys are from. So we've got some people from YouTube here and some people that are going right. You're going to be watching this from the members group. I love it. So let us know why. Why are we watching this video? Do you have a puppy at home? And if so, what's the age? What's the name of your puppy? So let us know. Drop it in the chat. All right, we are here. Let's see. We've got Zoe here. Zoe. Oh, Cleveland. What's BN stand for? BN. Drop it in. What does it stand for? Now I'm really curious. I've got to know. And we have a 9-week-old puppy. Oh my gosh. So here's what you can do if you're watching this on Facebook. There's a little link in the description that says allow StreamYard to see you. And if you click that link, your name will pop up like this versus just Facebook user. So 9-week-old puppy cockapoo called Arlo. So drop it in the chat. Why did you name your puppy Arlo? Where does that come from? What does it mean to you? And where'd you get your pup from? I'd love to hear this story. And we've got Zoe here from the UK. I have an older puppy, but still always learning. Zoe, how old is your puppy? And don't say 8 years old, because that's not a puppy. That's an adult dog. A trainer. Brian Nimrod. Awesome. And where are you from, Brian? Very curious. Oh, we've got other trainers in here specializing in puppies and always interested in hearing the different shades of training. Beautiful. So when I see the word socialize and specialize, I kind of know where you're from. Thanks to Michelle. Right, Michelle?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We're getting so used to all of the different spellings. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay.
All right.
Cleveland, Ohio. Beautiful. So, Michelle, we ready?
I hope so. There was no reason it shouldn't have been said.
All right, let's go. So this next little brochure that we're okay.
All right, we'll give it a go.
Hey guys, as soon as the presentation goes up, drop it in the chat whether you can hear it correctly or see it correctly. Now, this little colorful brochure that I'm going to place is every date that we have coming up for expert speakers. So the next one is February 7th. Our big expert speaker will be coming to the stage. So I'm going to pop this into the screen, and then Michelle, we're going to go right into her presentation. Are we ready?
Absolutely. We'll give it a go.
All right.
And welcome to the 3 secrets to raise the perfect puppy. So session. Okay, but I'd like you to pop in the comments where you're from. Be nice to know where everyone's from, and also if you have a puppy and their breed and how old they are. So this is the least interesting part of the workshop, but you probably do want to know who you're learning from and why you should listen. So I'm Rachel Woollven. I'm the founder of Canine Connection Company based in Kent in the UK. I've got 10+ years experience of working with dogs and their owners. I'm a behaviour practitioner as well as a trainer. I lead a 5-strong team. I have mentored trainers in training and also newly qualified trainers. I've helped thousands of puppy owners achieve their dream life with their dog over the years. I've also made every mistake in the book, which will become apparent in a sec. And I love playing table tennis, eating chocolate and box set binges. So new puppy owners hire me when they first get their puppy. so that they can start their relationship in the best way possible. And as a behaviour practitioner, I help owners to understand their new puppy and their behaviours, build confidence and trust, and get excellent results, so that they can then raise that perfect puppy and create a bond that lasts a lifetime. So, why I choose to specialise in puppies. And the reason is the dog that you see here in the photos, Henry. And if it wasn't for him, I would absolutely not be where I am today doing the job that I love. So he came into my life in January 2005 as a very bouncy, floppy-eared 12-week-old Weimaraner, and I had no clue in what I was doing. And then 4 weeks after we got him, I had quite a nasty car accident that changed mine and his life completely. I broke my back and split my liver and was obviously out of action for a while, which meant I didn't really have much to do with him for about the first 18 months. And he didn't get what he needed at all. So he had no puppy education, no classes or training or appropriate socialization, which meant that, bless him, through no fault of his own, he turned into a really hard to handle dog. And also during that 18 months, we rescued a Rottie called Casey, who was just over a year old. Yes, stupid, I hear you say, and you're absolutely right. Then a few months later, I found myself on my own with two big untrained dogs that I'd never actually walked by myself. But I was so determined not to give up on these dogs. And this is where my dog training adventure began. So I basically had to re-parent my dogs. They missed out on key stuff that I had to then go back and put into them. I had these giant dogs that hadn't had the basic puppy training they needed to be nice, civilised adult dogs to be around. And if I ever wanted that to change, I needed to go back and put in what was missing for them from when they were young. So as I did that, I got really fascinated and I learned things that I had no idea were important to have given my dogs. And the more I learned, the more I had this nagging feeling that there was this nagging feeling there for me that if you don't do these pieces right, you're going to continue to have the kind of problems that I had. Now, I did it in a big and dramatic way, but I see clients today who have the same issues I had, not because they broke their back and couldn't do any puppy training, but because every dog is an individual, and if we don't give them this really specific education at the right stages, it's going to have fallout later on. And the more I learn about that, the more complex I realised this journey was, and the more compelled I was to help other people fix it once I had done it for myself. Casey, she sadly died about 8 years ago now, but Henry is still going strong at 15. And he absolutely has been my greatest teacher throughout the last 10 years. So I am really committed to starting owners and their dogs off on the right path. So many dogs are given up, and it's a well-known fact that this is due to behavioural issues that arise in adolescence and beyond. And research estimates that about 130,000 dogs come into UK rehoming charities each year. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but here in the UK it's about 130,000, and it's with behaviour issues cited as the main reason. And I can guarantee that not a single one of those people went into getting a new dog thinking it was all going to go wrong. They all would have thought that it was going to be okay. But actually getting it right is really easy. It's not a big job to get it right. And if I'd known what a big job it wasn't, knowing what I know now, I could have probably still managed, even with the trauma and recovery time. I would have been able to mediate a lot of the issues, because it's not actually that hard. You just need to know what you're doing. So who is this training for today? Anyone who's thinking about getting a puppy, anyone who's already got a puppy, who wants to enjoy life with their new puppy, who is committed to putting time and effort in, and who is ready to take action on some of the stuff that you're going to learn today. Now, there is a plan for today, and I'm just going to walk you through what that plan is. We're going to cover 3 really important topics. And the reason we're going to cover these is because the world's a bit weird right now. And despite the world being a bit strange, every single puppy owner has had issues in these 3 areas without exception. So I want to solve these problems for you today. So we're going to look at how to deal with puppy biting, how to prevent the indoor toileting machine, so how to get a really good toilet training plan in place, and how to successfully socialise your new puppy, especially in today's climate. So, is your puppy worth it? What I'm about to share with you, it will take time, commitment and consistency on your part, but if you fully commit to implementing it, I promise the long-term rewards will be worth it. And the reason I'm asking you this is because the truth is, it is going to require some effort, but in the long run, not only do your dogs get to have an incredible life, but actually the freedom that comes on the other side for you as well is really important. But before we even deep dive into the 3 secrets to raise a perfect puppy, I want to share something with you that if you do, I promise will make your life so much easier. So, manage your environment and prevent unwanted behaviour happening in the first place. So our pups don't come into our lives pre-programmed, knowing what to do and what not to do. So it's up to us as their owners to guide them and teach them to make good decisions. So we set them up for success right from the beginning. They don't know not to steal your favourite pair of shoes, or jump up on their work surfaces, or steal your socks from the laundry. Okay, and once a puppy does something and gets a reward for it, then they're going to do it all the more. And if they're prevented from doing that in the first place, they won't know how fun it can be. So you need to puppy proof your home and your garden. Okay, so there's a little checklist here. I want you to either take a screenshot of it or go and grab a pen and paper and write it down, because there's just some ideas here of how you can actually do that. So you need to keep your worktops clear, put all your shoes away, have a lockable kitchen bin, keep children's toys separate, keep your puppy occupied when you do the laundry, block off cables and wires, clear all your coffee tables, take your puppy into the garden on a lead, fence off their favourite digging spots, and basically put everything away that you don't want your puppy to have. So I'm going to tell you a little story which involves Henry. When he was about 18 months, 2 years old, he raided my kitchen bin and had a great time. He actually stole an entire chocolate fudge cake out of the bin, which wasn't so great. But yeah, he had a great time. And now, 13 years later, if I've forgotten to shut the baby gate, he will go into my kitchen and check to see if I've locked the bin. All those years later, because the reward he got from that was just huge. So it's much easier to prevent a behaviour happening in the first place than trying to correct it once it's happened. So let's get started. The first secret is how to deal with your lovable land shark. So in our industry, we affectionately refer to puppies as land sharks, okay? And puppy biting is probably one of the most frustrating issues that puppy owners have, especially if it is really relentless. So let's have a look at it and in a little bit more detail. So why is your puppy biting you? It's easy for us as trainers to sit here and say it when they're not hanging off our ankles or our hands, but it is a completely normal and natural puppy behaviour that will fade in time. But you obviously don't want to be doing anything that's going to exacerbate it or prolong the normal time frame. Puppies need to sleep and rest for about 18 to 20 hours a day. And if they're not getting that, then they tend to become irritable, which is going to cause them to bite more. And teething, your puppy's going to be teething during this stage, and it's not a fun time for them. They are likely to be in some pain and discomfort. So there is some reasons why your puppy will be biting you. So what is the solution? Firstly, you need to manage yourself. Now, I spoke about managing your environment, but with regards to puppy biting, you need to manage yourself. So just have a think about things that are on this list, because they tend to encourage our puppies to bite. So no flappy PJ bottoms or long cardigans, no dressing gown cords hanging down. If you've got long hair, tie it up. No visible hoodie tassels, so the tassels that hang down from your hoodies, laces on your shoes. Keep your limbs still, so no arms and legs flailing around, and definitely no squealing. Okay, so again, grab a screenshot of this or write it down, and really think about how you can do things with regards to yourself that isn't going to encourage your puppy to bite. Now, this isn't forever, okay? You're not going to never be able to do those things for as long as you have your dog. But you just need to be aware that if you do have your hair down, or you have got a long flappy cardigan, then your puppy's going to chew it, okay? Because it's just really exciting for them, okay? So we have a three-step method, all right? And the first step is to switch onto a toy, all right? So every time your puppy bites, you're going to pop a toy in their mouth instead, even if their biting doesn't hurt. So every time your puppy puts teeth on skin or clothing, then you're going to pop a toy in their mouth instead. So make sure they have lots of toys of various sizes and shapes and sounds and textures, and have a lot of toys around for easy access, so you can just grab one whenever you need to. So make sure they're in every room and everywhere that you're going to be with your puppy, and be consistent. So if your puppy bites, you're not going to tell them off, but you're going to channel it towards something that they can chew. They intrinsically want to bite, but by making a toy more exciting than your hands or your shoelace, and interacting with them as well and turning it into a game, they get to chase and bite. So they're more likely to pick a toy up instead. So step 2 is where you're going to stop all interaction. So if your puppy continues to bite you, even though you've switched onto a toy, you're going to stop interacting with them, and you need to be still and calm. And once they've stopped, you can re-interact again. And it's just about repeating that process and being consistent with it. And step 3, so if steps 1 and 2 aren't working, then you physically need to leave the room. Okay. Obviously, if they're hanging off your ankles, you need to remove them first. You don't want to be dragging them along the floor. But don't put your puppy in their crate if you use a crate, or in another room. It's the actual act of you leaving the room. So it's a consequence that if they continue to bite you, you're going to leave. Okay. A puppy's crate needs to be a really safe, relaxing, good place to be. It's not somewhere where you're going to pop your dog as a punishment, you know, if they're annoying you, because what they're doing isn't wrong. It's a normal behavior. So ideally, have your puppy still able to see you. So if you've got glass doors, then that's great. But if not, a baby gate works well. And you're only going to leave the room for 20 seconds or so. All right. And then come back in. And if they continue to bite, leave again. So it's again, just repeating that process. You might feel like you're being a bit of a yo-yo, but just be consistent with it. So just some other points to consider. You need to provide your puppy with lots of chew toys, as this will really help with their pain relief from teething. Absolutely let your puppy sleep and rest, as we've talked about. Keep their play and training sessions nice and short, okay, because overstimulation and excitement can absolutely escalate that biting. Yelping, it doesn't work. It's actually likely to excite your puppy even more. So yelping or telling them no is just going to make them more excited. And it won't stop overnight, but it definitely will fade in time if you're consistent. Okay. So there is a reason I chose to put biting in, because as I said before, when people reach out to me, it's without exception, always something that they're struggling with. And hopefully you can see that just with a few simple tweaks, you can actually get control of it really quickly and easily. This doesn't ruin your relationship with your dog by punishing them in any way. It's simple and quick and the most effective way to stop it. So this is just Courtney and George, a client that I've been working with recently, who was biting and actually continued biting into adolescence. And it was then that they reached out and popped that strategy in place. So secret number 2, how to prevent the indoor toileting machine. So this is another really frustrating issue that owners face, especially if you've been standing outside for 10-15 minutes and it's raining and you come indoors and your puppy pees straight away indoors. It can be hugely frustrating. So a few facts first. Again, pups aren't pre-programmed. They don't come into our homes knowing where to go to the toilet. Okay. It can take up to 5 months for them to master their bladder control, and they won't be able to go through the night to start with. And also, just to add, they don't pee and poo indoors to spite us, all right? And they don't do it deliberately just to annoy us. So what is the solution? Again, it's a 3-step protocol with this, all right? So step 1 is you are gonna remove all your puppy pads or newspaper from your house, all right? So once you come off this, you're gonna go and chuck them all in the bin, because all they do is teach your puppy to go to the toilet indoors, all right? They likely won't actually use them. They usually end up playing with them instead, and toilet training will take you much longer if you use them. So step 2 is that you need to establish a routine. Okay, so take your puppy outside every hour to the place that you would like them to go. This, you know, you need to just play this by ear a little bit, because some puppies will need to be taken out more than that, for every half an hour. Okay, you're going to wait 10 minutes or so. Use a lead if your puppy's likely to get distracted in the garden. Okay, so for toileting purposes, pop them on a lead, just so they can go out and they know that they're out there to go to the toilet and it's not playtime. And calmly reward and treat them as soon as they go. Step 3 is you're going to introduce a word. So once they are consistently going to the toilet outside, you can start to add a word which your puppy will start to build an association with. So something like be clean or wee wee, and this will lead them to eventually being able to go to the toilet on cue. Some more points to consider. Keep a diary. It's always good to just jot down things so you can then tweak it if necessary. Always go outside with your puppy with treats. So don't reward your puppy when you're back inside. They need to make the association that as soon as they've gone to the toilet, that was the right thing to do. Because if you wait to reward your puppy indoors, then you're just rewarding them for coming in the house. Okay, so make sure you go outside with treats. Don't leave the door open. So owners struggle with this in the summer, obviously, when the weather's lovely and you tend to have your back doors open. But what happens is that puppies don't then learn to ask to go out, okay, because there's no physical barrier. And we sometimes as owners get distracted and we may miss the opportunity to reward them. So we might miss them actually going outside to go to the toilet. And sometimes then puppies don't distinguish between outside and indoors. But at the moment, here in the UK, it's winter, so people haven't got their back doors open. But if you are somewhere in the world that is sunny and nice weather, then just be aware of that, okay? And you need to pay particular attention to when they've woken up, eaten, had a drink and had a play session. So basically when there's any change in your puppy's activity. What to do at night. So don't put your puppy pads back down, okay? Or don't use them just for nighttime. This is where people tend to not like me very much because I'm going to tell you that you need to get up in the night. But you need to establish a separate routine, okay? So depending on where your puppy's sleeping. If they're sleeping in the bedroom, then hopefully you will hear them if they stir and they wake up needing to go to the toilet, and you can just get up and go down with them. But if they're downstairs, then you need to just alter your routine slightly. So maybe go to bed a bit later, okay, and get up slightly earlier. But you will need to set an alarm for some time during the night where you can come down and just take your puppy out. Okay, and again, this won't take long. It's not going to be that you're going to have disrupted sleep for long. And keep those toilet times nice and calm and quiet. All right, it's not playtime. So just very quietly come down, take your puppy out, let them do their business, come back in, settle them and go back up to bed. So there are signs that our puppies will do when they're about to go to the toilet, but sometimes these signs can be really subtle and we do miss them sometimes. So generally sniffing, circling, squatting, or a sudden stop in activity in what they're doing, they are likely going to be ready to go to the toilet. Okay, so just be aware of these and look out for them. So what if they do have an accident? Well, firstly, don't punish them. they're not doing anything wrong, they're just learning a new skill. Okay, and if you do punish them, then they are likely to become scared of going to the toilet in front of you. So even outside, they will become reluctant to do that. So just clear it up nice and calmly, and use an enzymatic cleaner like the one that is shown here on screen. And then just review your routine. It might just be that your routine just needs a little bit of tweaking. So this is a client of mine who had problems toilet training to start with, and by her own admission didn't take note of what I said to start with her first dog, but when she got a second puppy, put that strategy in place, and it really made a huge difference. So hopefully you can see from that it's a simple strategy, and that you'll be able to get your pup toilet trained in no time. So the last secret, number 3, is the right way to socialize your puppy. So what is socialization? It's a subject area that I'm really passionate about, and there's so much conflicting advice out there that you're going to read or see online. But what exactly is socialization? So it's how our puppies learn to interact with the world around them. Okay, and they learn social skills with dogs, people, other animals, and they build an understanding of how things work in the world. And they also learn what's safe and enjoyable, as well as what is scary and should be avoided. So why is it so important? So to ensure your puppy is well adjusted and feels confident with everything they are likely to experience throughout their life. To ensure that they can be calm and relaxed and not easily frightened by things. To also ensure that they're not over obsessive or over excited by the world around them. And to help your puppy basically develop into a confident, resilient adult dog. So what socialization is not. So it's not letting your puppy say hello to every other dog it sees. It's not letting your puppy play with every other dog it sees. It's not letting everyone you meet in the street touch your puppy. And it's not forcing your puppy into situations because you think they should get used to it. Early experiences shape your puppy's emotional blueprint. So it's really important to set them up for success right from the very beginning. So the solution: quality, not quantity. And less is definitely more. It's really tempting to allow your puppy to meet as many other dogs and people as possible. But if we allow this, there's 2 common issues that can arise. And the first one is that your puppy becomes overexcited when they see another dog or person. And they learn that seeing people and dogs is really fun, and they get excited and desperate to get to them, often ignoring you in the process. And it can also lead to huge amounts of frustration for our puppies. And the second reason is that your puppy becomes overwhelmed. So some puppies are wary of new people and dogs, especially if they're particularly bouncy. And if we don't know what the signs are to look out for when they're uncomfortable, it's really easy to then create a negative association. So how to get it right? Again, as I said before, focus on quality, not quantity. Give your puppy the choice to interact or not, and allow your puppy to approach in their own time. Prevent other people and dogs from forcing your puppy to engage. Keep interactions short and enjoyable. And be your puppy's advocate and prevent those bad experiences. So we really need to be our puppy's safe haven and to try and make all of their experiences as positive as possible. So there is a little socialization checklist here, okay? And you don't have to do all of this straight away. In fact, that would be far too much, okay? You need to think, has your dog in its impressionable first few months of its life, so the sort of first 6 months of its life, had the opportunity to be introduced to things in this correct way, okay, that we've just talked about. And there's just some ideas here. So again, take a screenshot or jot some of them down just to give you a few ideas of the sort of things that you can be introducing your puppy to in the way that we've just spoken about. So what about lockdown? So I'm talking mainly here about the UK. I'm not too sure the exact lockdown rules elsewhere, but the COVID-19 pandemic here has brought lots of changes to our everyday lives and elsewhere as well. And we are in another national lockdown, so we're not able to leave our homes except for a few essential reasons. And knowing how to socialise a puppy during this time has been a huge concern to lots of puppy owners. So what can you do? So during the current situation, you are still allowed to take your puppy out. So you can do things like allow your puppy to watch your neighbours pass by, allow them to watch traffic go by, take them to a supermarket car park. Now, this is a great one, and I recommended this even before the pandemic hit, because a supermarket car park has lots going on, and your puppy, you can sit with your puppy in your car if they're in a crate with the boot open, and they get to experience lots and lots of different people, sounds. It is a great place to take your puppy. And allow them to take in the different sounds and smells in the environment, and take them on essential trips that you can do, okay? And then they're going to be able to build up their positive experiences. Are there benefits? Absolutely, there are benefits, definitely. So social distancing will ensure that your puppy doesn't become overwhelmed by interactions before they're ready. You can ensure pleasant experiences from a distance, which will improve your puppy's confidence and trust in you, which is super important. And not allowing your puppy to play with every dog or person will set them up for success for training things like focus and recall. Okay, and I'll let you into a little secret, actually. This is what dog trainers do, even when we're not in lockdown. We want our dogs to choose us instead of everything else in the environment. So unless we're doing structured exercises where they, meet dogs or people and have a nice time, we're not letting our puppies, meet every single dog and person that they come across because of what I've just shared with you. And we do actually have a huge advantage at the moment in that the world is set up for this to be a success. So this is just Jane and Chester, another client that I've worked with recently, and they put that into practice and now really confident about letting Chester off the lead. He's a young puppy, really confident in letting him off the lead, and him not racing over to every distraction that he sees. So today we've covered 3 really important topics that I know every single puppy owner has been challenged with at some point. But hopefully you can see that with a bit of time, effort and consistency, it's not actually that hard to get it right. And you can start to enjoy that incredible adventure and life together with your puppy. So I'd like to offer you guys a free strategy call with me. If you're struggling with anything right now, it doesn't have to be to do with the 3 issues that we've spoken about today, as I know that there are lots of problems that we face with our pups. So yeah, just copy the link on screen and book in a call, and I would be more than happy to help.
All right. I was like, wait, the end there? Is not the end? Just pausing. Oh my goodness. I'm really glad we managed to get that working. What a super presentation for pup owners, puppy parents, anybody who spends time with puppies, whether you're looking after a friend's puppy or something. These are all such important topics and such important little nuances to how we do the training, how we bring them up. Brilliant.
Yeah, a lot of good information. And when you first get a puppy, especially if you haven't planned on it, you go in that spur of the moment, I'm going to go get a puppy. And then you bring your puppy home the first, 24 hours, it can be so overwhelming. So having this kind of resource of just a 45 minutes of these are the things that might happen. These are the things that will happen. And this is why, and what you can do immediately to just not feel overwhelmed. So great presentation, a must watch if you are thinking of getting a puppy or you have a puppy right now. And what an amazing gift.
Oh my goodness, phenomenal. Like, Rachel, you will have loads of people take you up on that, I am sure, because to be able to get on the phone with a trainer and to talk through the things that are coming up and to have an action plan. Oh my goodness, that is just phenomenally generous and incredible. So yes, Rachel is in the group with you guys right now. So you can post your comments, you can post your questions, and Rachel is there right now to get you those answers. But make sure you book in for that call as well, because there are going to be things coming up for you that you maybe not even thought of right now, or even aware that might cause a problem further down the line. And Rachel's going to be able to put you on track and make sure that you have everything you need to do a fantastic job of this early period with your puppy.
I think I'm going to put that there's the link. Rachel dropped the link right into your group, so you can actually just click that or copy and paste it. I'm also going to place this presentation back up, screenshot it. So if you don't have access, you don't want to go in right now and you want to just book a call later, let me show this screen and grab your phone or screenshot it. If you're on a Mac, it's Control-Shift-4, okay? Control-Shift-4. All right, here we go. So let me show this. There we go. And then let's take down perfect. So screenshot this. I'll just pull this up so that Michelle and I are not on the screen. And there you go. Take a link to this. If she's in the group, so you can just copy the link if you like, or again, just take a picture of it so you can have access to it later. Perfect. All right. I think that's enough time. 5, 4, 3, going, and 1. So strategy call, what a call looks like when you're speaking to a trainer is they'll normally, ask you some questions about what are some of the struggles that you're having with some things that are working and some things that are not working. They're going to gather some information. And then right after, I don't know, I think you too, Michelle, you could pretty much give a client a treatment plan within seconds or minutes of like, all right, this is what's going on. This is what you do, and go through those steps with them. So getting on the phone with the trainer, you're going to get a Band-Aid put on that wound immediately to stop the bleeding, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't,
it might not make. The trainer's going, yes, that makes total sense. Yeah. My puppy parents like, wound bleeding? Nobody's bleeding? What? But no, basically, when it comes to chatting to a trainer, the first thing we're going to want to do is find out some information. And that's the real meat and bones of like the getting on the phone, and we can actually get a chance to talk through things in way more detail than you'll ever get in an email or putting a post on. So getting on the phone with the trainer is just so invaluable. And what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to talk through what's coming up and Rachel, or the trainer, whoever you're getting them to phone with, but Rachel in this case will be able to put it together something that prevents that problem from getting worse, okay, and prevents that problem from getting snowballing to something even bigger. And from there, give you some steps as to what you can do to actually rectify that, to put it in the direction you want to be going. And that might be that there's training. It might be that there's management piece, that we need crates or pens or baby gates or something to kind of help with that. So it looks different in each scenario, but yeah, the benefit of a trainer is you're going to totally be able to get that bespoke plan of action right away. So thank you so much, Rachel. That is incredible.
One more time, okay? Here, I'm going to put this up one more time. Oh, there you go. Take some pictures.
Yeah.
And while that's up, I'll put our branding back up.
Fancy banners coming back.
Ooh. Let's see, what do we have coming up? We do have Yappy Hour coming back up. We do have a
Puppy 5-day challenge. Woo! So this is gonna be great. So whether you have a puppy, whether you have an older dog, whatever age your dog is, wherever you live in the world, we have a 5-day challenge all about enrichment. And we're going to be going through every single day. We're going to be looking at a different topic, and we're going to be going through the pros and cons of certain things that come up in our dogs' lives and how we can turn everything into a positive experience and create an outlet in many cases for natural behavior, which in turn always helps build behaviors that we'd like our dogs to be doing, while making sure that they have an outlet for doing things that a dog would want to do naturally. So really enriching, really, really beneficial for any kind of problem behaviors that you guys are having, okay, no matter what age your dog is. So make sure you tune in. We're going to be live 5 days this week. Every single day, we're going live at 9:30 a.m. PST. So that's 5:30 if you're in the UK. Okay. And yeah, if you're in a different time zone, just make sure you know what time that is regionally for you as well. And yeah, we'll have some really awesome activities. So a 5-day challenge is where you're going to get some live information and some coaching, and then you're going to have an activity to do with your dog. And
drop it in the group.
Yeah, part of the whole process is you get to drop it in the group. You're going to get some feedback. You're going to get some coaching. You're going to be able to inspire other people with the things that you're taking action on right now. And that is going to make a huge difference. When it comes to training, creating that habit and getting up and doing something with your dogs is the biggest piece. When you know what you're doing, it's the doing it that makes all the difference. So yeah, you guys are going to get a chance to do some training and some enrichment games and some learning with your dog. Okay, now what you've got to promise is that you're gonna join in. There's no point in taking it in but not actioning and doing anything. So we want you guys to join us live. We want you to get the piece, the activity for the day, and we want you to go and do it with your dogs. And then you get to drop it in the group. Let us know you've done it and spread that enthusiasm for others to join you as well.
Yeah. And you guys, if you can't be there for the live, no worries. It's going to be short and sweet. This is the why. This is what we want to encourage you to go do. We're going to give you some cool tips, and then we're going to present options like what it looks like. So we've got some puppies that we've been working with that are doing the enrichment, so that we'll have some media, some video to, oh, love you too. I know I'm like, squirrel, did you say something? Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that presentation every morning and we're going to pop it to the top of whatever group you're in. So if you're on YouTube, it's obviously going to show up right on the top. If you're in Facebook members or trainers, it's going to be pinned to the top for the day, so you can take a look and do it at any time. Here's one of the things that people don't think about when you share, is it gives other people that have never done it before ideas, motivation, and the courage to do it themselves. Some people don't present in the group. They don't post a picture or video just because they're scared. They're scared of being judged. They're scared of pressing live. They're scared of showing something about themselves or their dog. So by you sharing your version of whatever it is that we show that day, you're going to help encourage other people. And that's how we can all connect. That's how we can all grow. Now, what we will see in the next few days is a big rise of new people coming into the group, which I love. Here's what we'd love to do. Would love for you guys to do. Those of you that have been in the group a while, we would love for you to comment, welcome them in, not just great, cool. Just go in, ask some questions, like what got you into, what made you get a puppy? What kind of puppy did you get? Where'd you get them from? What was your goals? Like, ask some questions that gets them talking about themselves. That always makes people feel a lot more comfortable. If I were to go into Michelle's home for the very first time, well, I know Michelle this way, but let's say I went into Sherry. I went into your home for the very first time and I was a little reserved. You would say, hi, welcome. Where are you from? You would ask those questions to get the dialogue going. Well, the Empowered Dog Facebook group, this is your home. And these people that are coming into your home, they're going to be a little apprehensive. So welcome them in with open arms. For some of us, this is the only kind of connection that we have with other people. Right, Michelle?
Tell you what I would love for everyone in here to do right now is to drop a picture of their dogs that they're going to be doing the enrichment challenge with. So I would love, because we get to see a lot of you guys coming up on the live streams and we talk to you guys through the group. But I reckon I don't know half of your guys' dogs. So what I would love for you to do is I want you to jump into the group you're in and I want you to share a picture of the dogs that are going to be joining in the enrichment challenge with you. So quick little pic, little bit about them, how old they are, what their names are, and what do they like? What does your dog love? If they could pick an activity, what is it that they'd love the most? All right, so let's get those shares happening in the group and let's all get knowing each other just that bit better. Oh my goodness, I love it. Good old Bentley, he's so handsome.
So yep, this is my dog Bentley. He is almost 7 years old and he will be participating in the challenge. He absolutely, the only way he will consume any kind of food is if I make it interesting. If I just put food in a bowl, which sometimes I have to do, like when I'm traveling, I'm like, hurry up and eat. And he's like, nope, go get me a box or something because this is not happening. So this photo is actually us in Las Vegas at Super Zoo. And I was with Laura Nativo. If you guys remember her, she was one of the expert speakers. And we brought 8 dogs with us. And Bentley was the dog that would sit at the booth. Yeah, he is a rock star. He would sit at the booth and he could offer a handshake, a high five. He doesn't kiss like most dogs kiss. He does a nose punch, but it is adorable and they appreciated it. But shoot a little message into the group under the comments and share a picture of your dog. Let us know who that is, how old they are, what they absolutely love. Bentley likes to use his nose, but he also he puts his whole head into a bag. No fear, right? No fear. But what he won't do, he will not hold things for very long. He'll use his tongue and push them out if it doesn't settle well with him. So he's got a very soft mouth.
Oh my goodness. I love it. I can't wait to get to know everyone. I'll drop some pics of my dogs as well. So you get to see Logan and Dakota and Jessie. They're all so different. So different. Yeah, and I know what you feel like getting dogs to put something in their mouth and they're like, no, not interested. I like that. That feels weird. It took me years to get Logan to be happy and reliable and willing to do and happy to do like a retrieve and hold something in his mouth.
Cool. Yeah, Bentley does it as a job, but it's not like his go-to. I can ask him to put his toys away and he'll bring everything to me, but he'll look at me like, well, what are you going to pay me for this job that you're having me do? Yeah.
Yeah, not something that's naturally reinforcing. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's good. Yeah. Drop in a picture with a little bio about your dog, right? Oh my God, this would be really cute. Could you imagine a short story of all these dogs that participate?
Oh yeah. My goodness, I'm really excited. This is going to be great. So that is your call to do today. All right, so you are going to just jump in the group. You are going to share a picture of your dog who's going to join in the enrichment challenge with you and a little bit about them. And I can't wait. This is going to be brilliant. All right.
Anything else, Michelle?
think that's everything for now. Rachel has a brilliant time ahead with all of those incredible calls that you guys get to get on with her, which is going to be fantastic. That was such an insightful presentation from Rachel. Really awesome information for any age of puppy parent. And yeah, whether you've had dogs before, whether this is your first puppy, oh my goodness, some really good take homes there. So make sure you get on, book that call with Rachel, and we will see you here 9:30 a.m. PST tomorrow to start the enrichment challenge.
Okay. Yes, we have that going all week. And then next weekend, if you missed it, it's already uploaded to YouTube. We've got those 2 classes, those interactive tricks and manners class, as well as that's on Saturday. That's live on Zoom. You've got to like go into Zoom so we can see you with your dog. And then very next week, right back here, we've got Claire Hickson that's going to be doing a puppy workshop, her version of it. And I think it's Sunday at 11 a.m. I'm sure it's at 11, but it might be at 9. But regardless, it will be up actually later today. You'll get the notifications. We have to do it a week ahead of time. So enjoy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. You have a call to action. I'm going to give you 24 hours to share a picture of your dog so that you are going to be bringing to the challenge for tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 24 hours, drop in the group. We can't wait to see all of your incredible dogs. And we will see you live for the challenge.
Oh, I forgot our show's also this Wednesday.
Yeah, woo! We will definitely be talking about that even more. But for now, guys, we will love you. We'll leave you. We will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of the weekend and see you for the challenge. All right. Bye.